Hello everyone, I've decided to create a video just to give you a little bit more information about myself, and it's also a practice run for Facebook Live so that I can do some live updates in a face-to-face kind of way. So I thought I'd just start off telling you a little bit about myself, for those of you that don't know me, and for those of you that do and have booked onto courses with me. Thank you so much for all your likes and your support over the years. It's been fantastic and it's thoroughly appreciated by me. So I just wanted to thank you in person. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Eva. I am married with 2 children. My eldest daughter, Darcy, is 20 and doing amazingly well in her career as a hairdresser. She started an apprenticeship after her A-levels 2.5 years ago with Brooks and Brooks, and she's just going from strength to strength, so I'm extremely proud of her. She's done lots of session work for lots of magazines and been published and done London Fashion Week and all sorts of amazing stuff. So I'm just really pleased with how she's doing. Well done, Darcy. And Darcy is 20, which I'm still in denial about, but there you have it. Yes, I have a 20-year-old daughter. My youngest daughter, Violet, is 9.5, and she's just an absolute delight. She's into swimming. She's a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. She does ballet, tap and modern. She's fantastic at chess. She loves Minecraft and computers. She's probably going to be the next Bill Gates. That's what she wants to do. She wants to get into IT and sort of inventing computer games, that kind of thing. But she's just a really lovely child and really adventurous and compassionate, as both my children are, which is all you can hope for, really, as a mum. So let me tell you a little bit more about myself. Before I do, let me introduce you to my dog. I've got a dog. He's a Boston Terrier, and his name is Bowser. And he's just here. Say hello, Bowser. Hello. Yeah, we went for a walk earlier, so he's having a little bit of a chill. Yeah, he's trying to give me a kiss. That's my dog. Yes, a little bit about me and how I started and Chillax. Basically, when I went to uni, I always planned to be a teacher, but I thought I was going to work in a school teaching children. It was completely by accident. I was working part-time in the NHS in a department called Health Promotion, which was part of public health for Bromley Health Authority at the time. So I was based at Beckenham Hospital, which is now the Beckenham Beacon. And when I finished my finals in my degree, which was in sociology and anthropology at Goldsmiths, I got offered a job. And the job was as a trainer. And in health promotion, basically, what you gained was a teaching qualification, and then you were sent on lots of different courses to acquire specialisms so that you could then teach other health professionals. So that's basically what I did. And I stayed there for 8 years because I had such an amazing team. I absolutely loved it. But then I wanted to progress my career further. So an opportunity came up at Lewisham PCT in a management role. And part of the kind of job spec, as it were, was to develop a borough-wide training programme, which I did. But it was so successful, it ended up being a national training programme, which still exists long after I've gone, because I set it up to be so sustainable that it's actually generating income, and it's just carried on for a number of years after I left. I also trained the Home Office people for their Frank campaign, and the Higher Intelligence Bureau, which is part of the Metropolitan Police as well. I was then headhunted by an organisation which was a national drugs charity called Phoenix Futures, and I worked as head of learning for them for a number of years, and I was the lead on all their Chartered Management Institute management studies programmes for all their managers and also for all their staff. So the services kind of went from Aberdeen all the way down to Cornwall. So I spent a lot of time away from home, and then I kind of needed a job that was kind of a little bit more local. So once I left there, I then moved to another organisation which specialised in epilepsy care. and I was a director there. So I worked there for a few years. And then I kind of realised that Violet was growing up, and because I had been working full time for so long, I was kind of missing out on my youngest daughter growing up, and I wanted to be around for her more, basically. So I left my job. I sat down, I looked at all my skills, which were all relevant to teaching. I'm educated to master's degree level in education. So I've done a lot of research in how the brain kind of works, and how we best learn. And the whole kind of ethos of my brand is based on that, basically. So the brain basically learns best in a state of relaxation. So my brand name is Chillax for that reason, because my courses are very relaxed, they're very friendly, very easy to remember. So whether you're a parent or a professional, it makes absolutely no difference to me. I treat you exactly the same. I just want you to feel relaxed. If you're relaxed, you're going to take the information in, and it's going to stay there. So I basically wanted to teach things that I thought would be really valuable to parents and also professionals. So I originally trained in baby massage and paediatric massage. So I can teach people to massage their babies and equally their children. And I absolutely loved it, because skin on skin contact has been known to be beneficial for so many reasons, for bonding, for all our vital systems, for our health, for relaxation, for anxiety, the whole spectrum. And I just found it was a fantastic way to bond with my daughters, and I just wanted to pass that knowledge on to other people. I also have a nice singing voice, so I've been told. So when we're actually doing my courses in baby massage, expect to sing. And it's got nothing to do with your voice per se. Whether you're Janis Joplin or Suzanne Vega, it makes absolutely no difference. Your baby just loves the sound of your voice, okay? And it just makes them feel really relaxed during the course. And it also helps you remember the techniques that I teach. So each sequence has songs that I have specially designed to go with each sequence, okay? Because they've got the right beats, they're easy to remember, and they keep your baby entertained as well. So that's how I teach baby massage. I also teach first aid, just simply because I needed to kind of retain all that knowledge, all that health knowledge that I had for a number of years. You know, I've been teaching for 20 years, and I've learnt some really interesting stuff over the years. So using my previous experience and all my specialist knowledge, I've tied that into my first aid courses. So when I'm teaching things in first aid, even though they're quite practical, I tell you about the theory behind it and why we do the things we do. And I think understanding that kind of helps you to retain that knowledge a lot better. So that's basically how I teach. There's lots of humour involved in my courses. They're very hands-on, they're very practical. I give you lots of tips as well, and you get a fantastic paediatric first aid manual, which is actually produced by an awarded body. And I use that one specifically because it's always got the most up-to-date protocols in it, and all my courses are always up-to-date. Also, as a first aid instructor, because I love learning, that's why I've worked in education for so long, I go on regular updates. So I do updates once a year where I have my teaching observed, so they can tell me, you know, if there's anything that I can improve on or anything I should correct. But I always get really positive feedback, so that's a good thing. But I also have to teach other first aid instructors, which is always interesting because, you know, teaching something new to people who do the same stuff as you can be quite tricky. But I enjoy the challenge. It's really good fun. So I've just done my update literally last month, so I'm very up to date on everything, and I also did another course on oxygen management, so that's really interesting for when I'm teaching CPR. I kind of explain to you why we give the rescue breaths and what's involved and what it's doing to the body. I run first aid courses for parents, so I do 2-hour courses, either as open courses, or I come to your home. So if you've got a group of people that want to get together, I'm more than happy to teach you. I also run first aid for kids courses, and they're kind of twofold because primary age children don't have the strength to do CPR, so that's not what we teach on those courses. However, there's plenty that they can do. So, you know, they know how, I teach them how to deal with a nosebleed, which is quite simple, but at least if they're in that situation or their friend is, they can advise them what to do. I teach them how to bandage, which is lots of fun because I get them to pretty much mummify their parents who come along with them as guinea pigs. I teach them how to deal with burns, you know, just making sure that burn doesn't get any worse and they know what to do instantly. How to deal with choking, how to give an effective back slap, for instance. I also teach them how to roll their parents into the recovery position and to check if they are conscious or not, and how to wake them up. But more importantly, I also teach them how to call for help, because that's really important. In many emergency situations, quite often parents are on their own with their children when something actually happens to them. And a lot of children don't know what to do in those situations. So I think it's really important about instilling that confidence in young children. And I teach children from age 4 up to 11 exactly the same techniques. And it is about techniques, and it's just about how you kind of deliver it and make it fun. I also teach health professionals. Okay, so that's the other crux of my work. So I do teach organisations. So I am the preferred provider for many nurseries and local kind of children's centres and organisations that come to me for all their updates and all their courses. I teach lots of childminders. I teach lots of nannies. I even teach in schools. I do the Ofsted courses in schools as well. So my work is varied. It's never dull. Each course is different, each group of people is different, and they've all got different learning styles and needs. And I love, love, love the challenge of tapping into that and sort of coming away at the end of the course and people telling me just how much they enjoyed it and how useful they found it, because that's basically my job. It's to impart that knowledge in a way that you'll remember. So anyway, that's me. That's what Chillax is about. This is my first attempt at a video. I'm not great in front of the camera, okay, but I'm giving it a shot because I'm going to be doing some Facebook Live updates soon. But I just wanted to introduce myself so that if you do book a course with me, you know who you're getting. And I also have a fantastic colleague as well, so it's not just me. Her name's Joanna Griffin. She's a paramedic for the London Ambulance Service and she's lovely. Okay, so if you don't get me, you'll get Joanna, and we will give you the best possible course we can possibly deliver to you. Okay, so that's me. Lovely to speak to you all. Okay, take care, and I'll see you soon on Facebook Live. Bye.